Hi, this is Nitya. Today I'm going to talk about Hypertext Transfer Protocol (HTTP). HTTP is a protocol where we search for YouTube or movies or any information needed. It helps you to write better web application and web services. It also helps debug application and when things go wrong. Uniform Resource Locator URL. If we want to search for any web application, we give HTTP address so that the server understands HTTP request and sends the response according to that. For example, if I give http www.trademe.co.nz, then it takes me to TradeMe homepage. Resources that interacts like images, videos, pages, files. There are trillions of resources. Each resource will have a URL. I will use that particular URL to find it. For example, http www.trademe.co.nz/jobs, and also we have property. So it is a different place and different URL in the same company. http trademe.co.nz jobs. http is a URL scheme and trademe.co.nz is a host finding the path, that particular path. We have few different schemes like HTTP, FTP, mail to, etc. HTTPS is a secured protocol. FTP, it's a file transfer protocol. Mail to, it's email address. So next it is HTTP and IIS. IIS, Internet Information Services. It is web service which can run on Windows machine. Open the IIS manager. There you can see default website. From there you need to select the basic settings. From the basic settings you can see the physical path. The physical path is where I have this particular document in this path. IIS know how to respond to incoming HTTP request. With this physical path, we can check whether resource exists in the file system that is required to respond for incoming request. Inside the physical path, I have a folder called test. Inside that, I have test.txt text file, text file which is of plain text with the word hello in it. As shown here, I am find whether the folder is present in my system or not. So in my system I have a test folder. In that I have a plain text hello. If test.txt is changed to test.asp, then localhost will say error found. So .asp file is not found because HTTP server cannot find .asp file because it's saved on .text. So next we're gonna see about ports, queries and fragments. That is first in the URL we have scheme, host, port, path, query, fragment. So in this URL, http www.amazon.com:80 product. HTTP is a URL scheme. Then www.amazon.com is a host. The port number is 80. That's a default value for this. And GP, from this is a path where it is finding the product. This is a complete path for that particular product we are searching for. And to say about query always starts with a question mark in the URL. Next to the question mark, it is called as query. So question mark q is equals to Kindle is a query where we are finding that. So as I told, after the question mark, everything is query. It's also called as query string. So it takes to this particular resource. Next, we're going to talk about fragment. Fragment is when we are searching for a particular ingredient, it takes you after the hash, the remaining address is fragment. So this fragment is different from query or port. This fragment cannot be understood by server. It's only up to the client. This says about where the client is focusing on. Next, coming to URL encoding. URL encoding is used because few of the ANSI characters are not supported by the URL. If we give %5, it takes as a space. %20 is space. So in this case, %20 is space and %21 exclamatory mark, so on. URL accepts A to Z in capital or small and 0 to 9 and few characters. Only ANSI characters are not accepted by URL. So in content type, it can change by going to MIME types. To change the content types, go to MIME types in the control panel in IIS Manager. Here we go. We select .pdf. These all are MIME types, different types of files. In this, I'm gonna select .pdf file. So when I change this .pdf file to .foo file and save it, and run the application, it gives me a error message. So this MIME does not map with that particular file. And if I change that .pdf file to text or HTML in the MIME types, it gives me in the HTML format. Next comes to content negotiation. Properties can be in different languages and may also be in different formats, so we can choose a particular content we need. For example, we have a Google homepage with English language selected. We can change that to French language So it can be negotiable to English to French. In that case, we can select that particular content we needed. Coming to the conclusion, resource, we say web and HTTP are all about resources. We have URLs to locate the resource, MIME types to specify the representation of resources. All of these are designed to just make things work.